negeri, kami berjanji padamu negeri, kami berbakti padamu negeri, kami mengabdi bagimu negeri, jiwa raga kami.
Hadirnya UT memastikan bahwa setiap warga bangsa berhak atas pendidikan tinggi di bawah kekuatan hukum tanpa adanya perbedaan. Lebih dari 2 juta lulusan berhasil menyelesaikan studi di Universitas Terbuka. Kami bangga sudah 4 dasawarsa UT menghadirkan pendidikan berkualitas tanpa batas.
UT selalu berfokus ke masa depan dengan tetap berpijak pada nilai-nilai dan budaya adiluhung Nusantara. Digitalisasi layanan pendidikan mempermudah masyarakat dan mahasiswa mendapatkan informasi mengenai UT. Selain tercetak, bahan ajar juga diberikan dalam bentuk digital guna memudahkan mobilitas mahasiswa. Dengan demikian, belajar bisa dilakukan di mana saja, kapan saja, dan bersama siapa saja. Digitalisasi pendidikan juga diformulasikan ke dalam loka pasar digital mata kuliah yang ditawarkan oleh Indonesia Cyber Education Institute atau ICE Institute. Beragam mata kuliah dari perguruan tinggi terkemuka di tanah air dan mancanegara ditawarkan secara online. Perpustakaan UT sebagai salah satu unit vital di perguruan tinggi menawarkan fasilitas digital yang memungkinkan mahasiswa, dosen, tenaga kependidikan, bahkan masyarakat umum untuk mengakses sumber pustaka secara lebih leluasa. Beragam layanan yang diberikan memastikan student engagement dapat dilaksanakan dengan better, cheaper, and faster. UT pada tahun ini mengedepankan internasionalisasi program sebagai upaya menyejajarkan UT dengan perguruan tinggi jarak jauh berkualitas di dunia. Selain menawarkan program internasional, akreditasi internasional pun dilakukan. International Trust yang tinggi akan meningkatkan kredibilitas UT dan lulusannya. Public trust terhadap UT ditandai dengan terus meningkatnya jumlah mahasiswa UT dari tahun ke tahun.
Semoga keluar dari sini makin berkah hidupnya, apa yang diinginkan tercapai, dan yang pasti ilmunya bisa bermanfaat buat semuanya.
Tidak saja jumlahnya yang meningkat, komposisi mahasiswa pada saat ini didominasi oleh generasi milenial dan Gen Z. Untuk menjaga kualitas akademik, UT melibatkan BAN PT, Lembaga Akreditasi Mandiri, dan International Accreditation Bodies. Bahkan UT satu-satunya perguruan tinggi jarak jauh di Asia yang secara sukarela dan berkala mengundang ICDE untuk mereview semua layanan di UT. Kita ingin memastikan bahwa layanan yang diberikan telah memenuhi kaidah-kaidah dan standar kualitas yang diberikan oleh perguruan tinggi jarak jauh terkemuka di dunia. Pada tahun ini, jumlah program studi yang ditawarkan berjumlah 47 yang dikelola 4 fakultas dan sekolah pasca sarjana. UT daerah yang tersebar di seluruh wilayah Indonesia dan di luar negeri, memastikan layanan pendidikan dapat dinikmati oleh semua tanpa terkecuali, termasuk mereka yang tinggal di wilayah terpencil, terluar, dan tertinggal, serta di luar negeri.
Mungkin harus menunggu puluhan tahun atau ratusan tahun untuk membangun kampus di tempat ini. Puji Tuhan, dengan adanya UT, saya bisa kuliah meskipun saya tinggal di tempat yang amat terpencil seperti ini.
Tanah airku tidak kulupakan, kan terkenang selama hidupku. Biarpun saya pergi jauh, tidak akan hilang dari kalbu.
Meskipun saya TKI di Hong Kong, saya tetap bisa kuliah di UT. Setelah jadi sarjana, saya akan pulang dan menjadi entrepreneur yang tangguh.
Meskipun kaki ini jauh melangkah hingga kutub utara, saya tetap memilih belajar di kampus tercinta Universitas Terbuka.
UT menyalawi.
Dengan semangat 4 dasawarsa, UT hadirkan pendidikan berkualitas tanpa batas.
Engkau ku banggakan.
Welcome to the School of Distance Education at University Sains Malaysia. Before we explore the narrative of our school, let me provide a brief overview of University Sains Malaysia, USM. USM was established in 1969, marking its significance as the country's second university. USM offers courses ranging from natural science, applied science, medical and health science, pharmaceutical science to building science and technology, social science, humanities, and education. These are available at undergraduate and postgraduate levels to approximately 30,000 students at its 18 academic schools on the main campus in the island of Penang, 6 schools at the engineering campus, and 3 at the health campus. USM also has 26 dedicated research centers for a wide range of specializations which include archaeology, medicine and dentistry, molecular medicine, science and technology, Islamic development and management studies, and policy research and international studies. In 2024, University Sains Malaysia achieved remarkable global recognition, securing the 137th spot in the Quacquarelli Simons QS World University Rankings. This prestigious ranking underscores USM's excellence in academia, research, and global outreach. Further elevating its status, USM ranked 4th in the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, showcasing its commitment to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. These rankings highlight USM's impactful contributions to sustainability, education, and societal well-being. Through its diverse campuses and global engagements, USM continues to foster innovation and excellence, making significant strides in higher education and research on the global stage. Now, we turn to the journey of the School of Distance Education, SDE, one of the 18 academic schools based on the main campus. Established in 1971, we are proud to be Malaysia's first institution dedicated to open and distance learning, ODL, offering transformative educational opportunities to working adults across the nation and beyond. Our history is not just a timeline, it's a testament to our commitment to accessibility, innovation, and excellence in higher education. Our history begins in 1971 with the foundation of the Off-Campus Studies program, marking the inception of Malaysia's pioneering open and distance learning initiative. This initiative evolved into the Centre for Off-Campus Studies in 1984, found a new home with its dedicated building, and was later renamed the Centre for Distance Education in 1995. By 1999, our growth and success led to the establishment of the School of Distance Education. This evolution mirrors our adaptability and our ongoing commitment to meeting the educational needs of our students. Our vision and mission are deeply rooted in the belief that education should be accessible to all, transcending traditional barriers. Since our establishment in 1971, SDE has been the vanguard of multidisciplinary open and distance learning in Malaysia. We've led the charge from correspondence education to the latest online learning technologies, setting the standard for ODL both nationally and regionally. SDE is not just an institution, it's a pioneer in the field of open and distance learning in Malaysia. From the outset, we've embraced every evolution of educational technology, transitioning from correspondence courses in the 1970s to the advanced online learning platforms of today. Our dedication to instructional design and technology has made us a model for other ODL institutions, contributing significantly to the national ODL blueprint. Our journey is marked by a commitment to innovation, research, and the development of teaching methodologies that resonate with our diverse and dynamic student body. The backbone of SDE is our dedicated team, consisting of 72 academic and 38 administrative staff members. SDE offers 4 undergraduate programs, 3 master's programs, and 1 PhD program. SDE is led by our esteemed top management, including the Dean of the School, Associate Professor Dr. Zulnaidi Yaakob. He is assisted by 3 Deputy Deans, Dr. Hazrul Abdul Hamid, who oversees academic, career, and international affairs. Associate Professor Dr. Si Kok Fong is our Deputy Dean for Research, Innovation, and Industry Community Engagement. Dr. Chua Han Kuan oversees Technology and Learning Support, and Mr. Mohammed Rashid Abdul Rajab serves as our Deputy Registrar. We have 12 program chairpersons in areas including biology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, political science, economics, anthropology, sociology, geography, history, literature, management, and university courses. Together, we are committed to upholding our mission, driving the success of our undergraduate and postgraduate programs. We offer a broad spectrum of undergraduate programs in ODL mode, including Bachelor of Arts in History, Bachelor of Social Science with majors in Political Science, Economics, and Anthropology Sociology, and Bachelor of Management covering Finance, Organization Management and Strategic, and Marketing, alongside Bachelor of Sciences in Biology and Mathematics. These programs are crafted to empower students with the knowledge and skills needed for success in their respective fields. Our approach to education combines web conferencing, lecture, lab sessions, and self-instructional modules, accommodating the needs of over 5,187 current students. This model supports active learning and engagement, demonstrating our commitment to delivering a comprehensive and effective educational experience. With more than 20,000 alumni, our impact extends far beyond the classroom, contributing to a global community of professionals and leaders. Our postgraduate programs are as diverse as they are in depth, offering Master of Arts, Master of Sciences, Master of Social Sciences, and Doctor of Philosophy degrees in fields ranging from distance education, educational technology, TESOL, geography, history, literature, management, biology, chemistry, physics, mathematics, environmental science, economics to political science and anthropology sociology. Our research-driven approach, open to both local and international students, ensures a vibrant academic environment that fosters innovation and scholarly excellence. The diversity of our student body, including 128 international and 85 local students, enriches the learning experience, fostering a global perspective within our community. Engagement beyond the classroom is vital. Our postgraduate students partake in seminars, webinars, conferences, and community engagement projects, enriching their educational journey and fostering a sense of community and collaboration. These activities are pivotal in cultivating a dynamic academic atmosphere and preparing students for the challenges and opportunities of their future careers. In 2023, SDE's commitment to excellence was evident through our significant achievements, securing 53 research grants, publishing 116 indexed articles, including 40 in Q1 and Q2 journals, establishing 15 international collaborations, engaging in 13 industrial linkages, and launching 24 community projects and outreach activities. Additionally, our focus on microcredentials and MOOCs underscores our dedication to innovative and accessible education. As we look ahead, the School of Distance Education continues its commitment to offering high-quality, flexible learning opportunities. We are proud of our legacy as pioneers in open and distance learning and excited about the future. Thank you for joining us today. Let us venture into an exciting journey of learning, research, and innovation together.
Okay, good morning, everyone. So I respectively greet the Dean of Faculty Science and Science and Technology Universitas Terbuka, Dr. Subaktino Nurmawati. I respectfully greet the Dean of School of Distance and Education, University Sains Malaysia, Associate Professor Dr. Junaidi Yaakob, and also Head of Biology Study Porgram, Faculty of Science and Technology, Universitas Terbuka, Dr. Elizabeth Novi Kusumaningrum, SSE, MSE. I also respectfully greet the lecturer from both university, Universitas Terbuka, and also University Sains Malaysia, and greet to the all participants in the Zoom today. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second series webinar, Bridging Biology Cross Borders. My name is Hikmah Zikriani, and I will be host/moderator for this webinar. This webinar is a part of the collaboration between Biology Study Program, Faculty of Science and Technology, Universitas Terbuka, and Biology Section, School of Distance Education, University Sains Malaysia. The first webinar was held on November 2024. So before we start, let's pray together. Pray, begin. Finish. To start today's meeting, it will be great to all participants to turn on your cameras and also change your virtual backgrounds to the photo we have shared in the chat box. While we are waiting for you to do that, I will read out the rules for the webinar. So Mr. Faisal, can you please help? Yeah, I think I'm going to share it first. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, don't forget to rename your name with the format, name, and also institution. Turn on your camera and use the provided background we are shared in the chat box. Mute yourself when not speaking and use the chat feature wisely and raise your hand before speaking. Thank you so much. Okay, right now we are going to take a photo first. There will be 5 slides and we don't know which slide are you going to be. So keep smile, everyone. So I'm gonna start with a first slide. So I will count down from 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. And then for the second slide, I am going to count down from 3, 2, 1. All right, and then right now we are move on to the third slide in 3, 2, 1. Okay, right now fourth slide. 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then the last slide, everyone. Just give smile. Give me the biggest smile you have in 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much, everyone. So I believe all of you cannot wait to learn from the speakers. So let's meet the first speaker. So our first speaker will be Lee Sim Lim, MSc, PhD. Oh, right now I'm going to present her CV. Okay. Yeah. So she was graduated BSc and also add in a biology from Universitas Teknologi Malaysia, and then continue the master degree in genetics from Universitas Kebangsaan Malaysia, and also finished with a PhD in zoology from Queen Mary University of London. Right now, she's working as senior lecturer in biology, School of Distance Education, University Sains Malaysia, Penang, Malaysia. So if you want to read her complete CV, you can scan the barcode in here. She has a lot of publications. So if you are interested to see, look at just scan the barcode I provided in here. So Dr. Lee Sim Lim, MSc PhD, will be present about explore and monitoring the bats with traditional field methods and contemporary technologies. So Dr. Sim, are you in there?
Yes, I'm.
Okay, are you ready to present?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Hikmah.
Yeah, okay, so the first speaker, Lee Sim Lim, MSc PhD. The time and room are yours now.
Okay, thank you, Hikmah. Let me share my screen first. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Okay, so good morning to our deans from my school and also from UT Universitas Terbuka, and also all the lecturers and also participants. Thanks to the organizers for inviting me here to speak today. Actually, today my talk will be quite casual. I just would like to share about my experience in tracing the bats over the years. What are the methods that I'm using, and how are the methods is being used, and how to choose them. All right. Can you all hear me? Should be fine, right? Okay, good. So to start with, I would like to draw your attention to the rich biodiversity that we have in our Southeast Asia. So particularly over the years, I'm studying bats in Peninsular Malaysia. Is actually from all the 1,435 bat species that are being recorded around the world. Just within the Peninsular Malaysia, this small piece of peninsular land, the southernmost part of the continent Asia, there's already at least 110 bat species is within fowl. And the peninsula, given that the total area of Peninsular Malaysia is 132,000 km square only, the total number of bat species being registered or recorded is quite huge. It's highly diverse within a small area of land. So all of these 100, at least there's more than 110 species already nowadays, and more new species is falling. Okay, but all these so far, this more than 100 bat species is grouped under the nine families, families for Chiroptera order, or bats for bats. So these diverse of bats in Peninsular Malaysia was started explored by me back in 2007 when I started my PhD for zoology. Okay, I was assigned by my supervisor to visit 22 forest sites across the Peninsular Malaysia myself. Okay, so with assistance and sometimes by joining expedition teams. So when I moving from visiting from one forest to another forest and so on, I went into village and outskirts, and the local people will tell me when they know that I'm coming for to survey for the bats. Then they will share with me their opinion with bats and all that, and that opened my curiosity. Okay, started my curiosity in explore further on particular species of bats, or probably some aspect of the bats later on. One thing is also to help them answer the question that they hope to know. So while answering my curiosity and also while answering the question from the local people to me, and also my other friends who is from other fields, when they are interested in, they ask me a question. So then I started to explore on the methods, on the what are the ways I can study the bats. I can understand the bats more. Okay, so that I can answer to myself and also answer to the people that comes to me. Yeah. So actually, of all these more than 100 bat species that found in Peninsular Malaysia, the one that we know well and to live with us well is just not, I think, not even 10 species or less than 20 species. The rest of them is all understudied, and that is how the more studies is needed. Okay, in order to make sure that our diversity, our biodiversity is being well preserved, and at least also well aware by our people that live in this region. Yeah. So again, my purpose to explore and monitor the bats is first come from my intuition, my curiosity, and also while time pass, when the local people need more understanding on the especially when there are bats that co-roosting with them, or they are living with them. Close to in their daily life. Okay, so then they start to we start to work with them, okay, to monitor about what are the changes and what are the behavior of the bats and all that. So when time passed, we while exploring, okay, when we identify certain bat colonies, then we start to also set up a systematic way, okay, to monitor the bats. So that is my second purpose. Then come later in along my journey in exploring the bats, and then eventually when the local community and the people start to complaining about their problems with bats and all that, then we start to thinking of a way, okay, to try to solve the problem. Okay, so I always work with them together, okay, on this. So monitoring process become an important part. And the second thing is we start to thinking like how to work to have changes in our way, and also how to deal with the bats, okay, so that we ourselves, okay, can actually live peacefully with the bats. And that is always my my ultimate aim, okay, when I work with them. Okay, so sometimes started with they arguing with me, why you think like this and what, but eventually time pass. It takes time when we sit down and we have time to observe, and then eventually things are moving to a better way. So I think so that is the purpose, and with all this purpose and also my aims, okay, so I cannot do it bare hand, and therefore and therefore the methods are coming in and the technologies are coming in. So I would like to split the methods that I'm using, okay, into two main groups, whether it's a very fundamental, very traditional one, and the technology one, the state of art, and the latest technologies, or maybe technologies in trend. What is a trendy technology nowadays? Okay, so briefly, I will break into these two groups. Okay, I will not go into every methods in details. I will just a brief introduction to you all to give an ideas to you all, so that you all are introduced to all these methods, and then later on probably you all have more ideas to share with, and more questions we can always discuss in the question and discussion session later on. All right, so always when we start to I start to sense the bats, okay, is always from the very fundamental skill that we have. So it's the direct observation, okay, with our senses. So beside informing by the local people, okay, so sometimes when we walk through a place, through a building, through a cave, or through a forest, okay, there will be signs, okay, that the bats live, okay, if they are there. Okay, some is quite difficult to observe, but some is actually quite easy. Okay, so usually I started to spot about bats is using just my basic senses that they're already blessed with me. Okay, so by eyesight, by hearing, and also by smell. All right, so so these three senses they depend a lot. Okay, eyesight, I can so we can, if let's say is in the quite obvious place, such as a building, okay, and that we can easily spot them. All right, while in the forest, or maybe a higher up cave or something, then probably is more difficult, okay, but we can still spot it using binoculars, or probably nowadays the camera. You can when you suspect there are some bats there, you can just snap a picture and then you can enlarge and you can check. Okay, there are also sounds that some bats, okay, or those bats were well known for their ultrasound ability. However, there are also bats that is calling at the range frequency that within our ears hearing range. And for this type of bats, usually when we come closer, when they start to respond to the changes, when we step into the cave, or we step into their roost, then they will emit a sound, and then we can hear them and we know they are there. Okay, probably big, large, dark cave, something like environment like this, will be mixing with a lot of sound. Like, for example, if you move into, I don't know, like, for example, if I step into some of the caves in Peninsular Malaysia, such as the Batu Cave, or probably I visited like Bulu Cave in Borneo. Okay, so it's so huge that when you walk in, there are sounds of water flowing, there are sounds of other birds, and so many sound. Then another thing that you can sense they are here is the smell of the guano, smell of the urines. Okay, so these are also some of the things that I will pay attention to when I step into a huge and dark space, okay, where my eyes is not working well, okay, and my hearing probably isn't as well, due to too many background sounds and all that. All right, so so there's actually an example of a bats calling sound that I'm trying to play here, but I think this morning we can't hear it, right? So I don't know. We will just try. Yeah. So if you can hear this, so that is one of the sound that the bats sense when I step in, and they start to call and they fly away. Yeah. So, but in the total darkness of the cave, you just can't see them clearly. So the sound become one of the good things to sense. This was in a small cave. All right. So after the census, sometimes then we plan to make sure that what are the bats are there within a habitat or within an area. And then we would need to handle and check, examine them and identify their species. Okay, so in that case, we need to examine them by holding them in our hands. Okay, then we can perform the measurements, we can perform the checking on their characteristic and all that in order to make sure that what species is that. And therefore, one of the very fundamental things the bat biologists will do is to perform the capture and release techniques. Okay, so in my studies, I always will use the hub traps, okay, the mist nets. Okay, so this is a mist net that is being packed and I always purchase from Thailand. Okay, so it's the same nets that the birders, ornithologists, or those that like to those that study birds, they will use the same net to capture the birds. Okay, and sometimes in the abandoned buildings, okay, we detected some of the bat colony, and we know that we roughly know that the bats is quite a common bat, and is quite a tough one. Okay, so we can use a hand net to scope them, okay, so that we can then capture them and confirm that to species level. Okay, so one of the bats is quite tough and quite common, quite abundant in Peninsular Malaysia. Here, you can find them everywhere. Is the Cyanopterus brachytes, or the dog-faced fruit bats. Okay, so you can find them in the forest, in the buildings, and in the villages, in the parks, wherever you go, you almost can see them everywhere. Okay, so these are the three methods, capture and release techniques that I will perform, okay, in order to have a closer examination on the bats. Yeah, in order to identify their species, and also actually to check on their condition, okay, whether they are healthy enough or not, because some of the bats, especially those that live in a dark, very big cave, sometimes their health condition is not that much. Okay, so their body can be full with a lot of parasite, like bat flies, bat mites, bat ticks, and all that. All right, so I've scrolled back all my photo collections, okay, on MistNet. I can't find a photo that can clearly reflect the mist net, because the mist net itself is designed in a way that quite invisible. All right, so when I take the photograph, okay, with my handphone or my digital camera before the smartphone, okay, it didn't show well, and therefore I decided to have this to adopt this picture, okay, from the paper for you all. So it's a hand draw picture, but it can actually show you how the mist net is like better than my photo, and therefore I show you all here. So usually the mist net will be set up, okay, by two poles, okay, so it can be bamboo poles or it can be the steel poles, depend on it, and usually there are four banks, okay, so not four bank, I mean 4 sections, okay, so each section is loose, okay, so that when the bats flew into the nets, okay, they will drop into the like a little pouch here, and that's where we have the chance to immediately take it out, okay, so that they won't get stressed when they are tangled in the net, okay. So these are roughly what I call the classic methods or the traditional methods that I will use, okay, in my study. Okay, so the advantage for using these traditional field methods is sometimes it's actually essential. Okay, essential, you got no choice. Okay, that is the started point of what you start to survey your bats. Okay, usually this traditional methods can be convenience of use. Okay, you do not require of a very costly stuff. All right, so it's affordable, okay, and very convenient just by you easy walking. Even sometimes I have my evening walk or morning walk down the street. Okay, so these are the sensors that help me to sense what are the animals around and even what are the plants around. For example, the plants, some plants are flowering. Okay, so that is some things that actually contribute to the surprises of for me on the day or in a trip. All right. So the challenges is by using these traditional methods. Okay, sometimes there are limits. Okay, so for example, like when I spot the bats, okay, with my eyesight, I can see them hanging. Where is it? But when I want to know, like for example, every evening where they go. So that one I cannot because the bat fly too fast. Even I want to track them, I want to trace them with my running skill. Okay, I can't cope with. All right. So and then for example, like I want to hear them, but within the some of the bats they're calling at a very high frequency that beyond our audible ability of our ears. We can't do that. Okay, so because our ears it was only blessed with the ability to hear the sound from I think 20 kilohertz and below. So everything that above 20 kilohertz and above, we can't hear it, and so that these are the limitation. Okay, and then for example, if I want to wait for the to watch the daily activities of the bats, okay, what our senior biologists do, what they do is they really need to sit at the roadside, okay, and wait and do the observation and do the record, okay, by hand. Okay, so this actually requires a lot of patience. Okay, probably for the people today in our generation and in this era, no, I don't think many will do so. Okay, I have spoke to Lord Medway, okay, which is one of the zoologists that study in bats before, and I think he is about 90 years old nowadays. Okay, and he shared with me that last time when he observed the bats in the cave, okay, he literally will lie down the cave floor and wait there for the whole day and night just to watch what happening to the bats when different time of the day. Okay, so these are the things that probably we can still do, but probably not many able to do nowadays. All right, and then the challenges is for the traditional methods here, especially for the capture and release. Okay, here is probably the access permits. Okay, when you need to capture the bats. Okay, you need to move to the you have to get the permission from the study area and also from the animal ethics, because usually the animal ethics committee will want to make sure that you will handle the animals, okay, the bats with care. So these are the things that we need to declare, okay, when we want to set up a proper survey using the traditional methods. So in order to save to overcome, okay, or complement with the traditional methods to overcome all these challenges, then the technology coming in, and that is why the reason sometimes I implement the state-of-art technology to try on and to try to solve whatever problems, whatever challenges that I cannot solve with the traditional method. Okay, so to me, the technology is something that can turning the impossible to possible. So I will check with you later on. Okay, and it always can go beyond the limits of human. Okay, and also it is quite convenient to be used in some way. So it also depends on the situation and also the need. But I would say, like, I will reflect myself that for the purpose I implement the latest technology into my research and also into my bat monitoring programs is possibly is these three reasons that would drive me to. All right. So I would share with you, okay, there are a lot of technology out there, to be honest, nowadays. All right, but I will just quickly share with you those technology that I already tried on. All right, so the first thing that I have been implementing is also the molecular systematics, which is involved to study, to analyze the DNA of bats in order to answer my questions and also to solve my problem. Okay, so this to solve the problem, including the species confirmation and all that. And the other side, I'm also checking and recording and filing on the bat's ultrasonic call, which is what we call the acoustic part. All right. So and then I'm also using the camera trapping. Okay, another photography technology in order to understand the bat behavior, especially their daily routine and also their seasonal behavior change. All right. Sometimes I have tried drones before. Okay, in order to scan the nearby environment of a bat roost. Okay, so but then later on, I didn't implement anymore because later on, I think that was at the beginning of when people start using drones. But then after that, I think in Malaysia, we need to have a special permit with the police or with the army in order to implement the drone survey. So later on, I just put this aside. All right. And then for the Batu Cave, okay, for my study in the Batu Cave, which is too huge to be explored. Okay, just with human. Okay, we my collaborator and me, we were using the LiDAR technology, which is involving the laser in order to estimate the range and also to record the real space of the cave interior. All right, and also for the permanent bat roost that we have identified, and we know that they are called as this roosting with human. That means they live with human. They live in the building. Okay, sharing the same house with the human. Okay, so usually I will also conduct a microclimate monitoring to check on their biology and also the changes, whether how the interaction with the local climate and also with the human activities, because the human activities sometimes do affect the microclimate of the of the bat roost as well. All right. So, but whatever contemporary technologies that I'm using now, they all have one similarity. That is the all the data that I'm collecting now is in a digital form. Okay, so the digitalization of data is there when I'm using the technology, the contemporary technologies that I'm listed here. Okay, so this is one of the similarity of all the contemporary technology that I'm using. Okay, so now I just quickly then will share with you, okay, the some of the outcome from me using the contemporary technology. Okay, so from the molecular systematics, okay, I did implemented to use the DNA sequences in order to understand, okay, one of the common widespread insectivorous bat species in the Peninsular Malaysia, and is widely distributed in, I think, Indonesia and also the southern part of even until China, southern part of China, I think, of the Asia continent. Okay, I was using the DNA sequences, the mitochondria deload region, in order to trace their whether their population is being affected by the geographical isolation or geographical barrier. Okay, such as in Peninsular Malaysia, we have the main mountain ranges that is high enough. Okay, is quite high. Okay, and it serves the geographical barrier to some of the species. So I was tracing that to whether is it form a barrier as well. Okay, for these Rhinolophus affinis bats. Okay, and also back in 2014. Okay, we discovered a species Hypsugomacrotis, a big ear bats that haven't been found since it's first being reported in 1970s, and then since then nobody reported it. And then I think until 2014 we discovered it, okay, in one of the old school building. Okay, and then I immediately conduct the study, okay, with my collaborator in the Hungarian Natural History Museum, and we both of our team, we identified that this is a Hypsugomacrotis that have been only found once and never being found before. And then so we immediately runs DNA in order to confirm their relationship, okay, with other Hypsugo species that have been found later on. Okay, so this is our outcome. Okay, and I also with the current next generation sequencing that is technologies that come in for DNA sequencing. Okay, I also conducted the diet profiling. Okay, for the bat colony. Okay, that is roosting in a temple. Okay, so by collecting the fecal samples on the floor, they release on the floor, drop on the ground. Okay. So with the feces, we proceed to process in order to run for the next generation sequencing, and our outcomes showing that actually the bats is feeding on the insects that is having some conflicts with humans. Okay, and also then in turn this bat colony, okay, is actually is helping the human, okay, in suppress, okay, regulating the insect population, okay, so that it won't cause too much damage, okay, to the farmers. So actually we found that the bats, okay, is feeding a lot, okay, on the rice pads, okay, so we hypothesize that they're actually feeding at the paddy fields every day. So these are the moth and also the Hemiptera and species, okay, that is depending on the will confirm that it will destroy the paddy, okay, the paddy plants, okay, and then we also identified that from the feces of the bats that they also feed on the one of the moth called Simplica cornicalis that is also will actually eat up the roof structure, actually especially the atap roof, okay, of the atap roof, okay, then it will cause the damage, okay, to the houses that are having this atap roof. All right, and also it also feed on the insects that actually become the post-harvest pests for the groundnuts. And also the bats also we also detected the bats also feeding on the insects. Okay, there is also the predator that eat other rice pests. But of course, this is this species that they are eating is actually playing the same role in suppressing the pest population. However, we found this in their diet as well. So this is our diet profiling. Okay, that what we know. Okay, on the ecosystem services role of these Tavozwas Melalopogon. Okay, at the Penang Bat Cave Temple, one of my permanent field site. Okay, so from the next generation sequencing outcome, we roughly already know that what are they feed and what are the ecosystem role that they have been serving. All right. So other things that I have used the molecular systematic way to address including to look at the network, the distribution, and the population patterns of Rhinolophus affinis. Okay. So that is roughly the molecular part that I have been involved in answering the questions about the phylogeography and also the population structure and also the diets of the bats. All right. And then I also start using the bat detector, ultrasound detector, and also bat ultrasound, the ultrasound mic, okay, in order to record the bat ultrasounds. So as I said just now, of more than 110 species, bat species in Peninsular Malaysia, there are a lot of them we don't know, and we also very hard to detect them, okay, by the traditional trapping methods. Okay, so one of the things we can do is we can use the ultrasound mic, okay, while we walking along a trails, okay, in order to detect whether there are species, bat species around, and with the ultrasound call that we have, and the reference calls that we already stored in the bat call library, we can then just with recording their sound, we can roughly estimate what are the bat species exist, okay, in a certain habitat. Okay, and also one thing that is a species confirmation. The second thing, also with different types of calls, okay, from the same bat species, once we already understand, we actually can estimate their activities for within that habitat. Okay, so this is quite helpful in understand their sociology structure, and then also their how they interact with their other friends, okay, other bats, and also probably other species that are sharing the same habitat. Okay, so for example, like the bats, okay, that I show you all just now, here in the Bat Cave Temple, the Tavozwas Melalopogon, or the black-bearded bat bat species. So these are the three calls that actually emitted by them. Okay, so the one on the call on the left, upper left here, okay, that is their starting call before they emerge to the cave, okay, during the evening. Okay, and when they get stressed and get disturbed by the visitors, okay, so this is the left lower call is the way they call. So this is a distress call to them. So they call very loudly and also somehow at human audible range. You can just hear very noisy, and they are very pressing and very, very stressful. Okay, and this one on the right hand side here is when they start to emerge from their root site, from their cave, and then they start to fly high to the sky, and then you can hear that they have this you can see here there's a certain range, okay, a very constant call release for every pulse, every what you call time interval, and this is for them to start to detect, navigate in the air, so that they can fly as fast as possible to the road that is without barrier. Okay, so this is when they start to emerge from the cave, and they start to fly fast, okay, towards their destination. Okay, so this, from this call, okay, we can understand, okay, we can understand what are they doing, okay, and what are they trying to do. Okay, so this is one of the ultrasound mic, okay, that I have been using. Okay, it has to attach to a tablet, okay, or a phone, okay, in order to have the sounds being viewed real time. Okay, and it has to be recorded directly to the tablet. Okay, so this is the mic here, the hand that I'm holding, the left hand side, the black device I'm holding here. Okay, so that is the ultrasound mic. Okay, so this is the mic itself. Okay, okay, so this is the advertiser picture, and this is the tablet. Okay, so when we walk surveying an area like this, also this is what I would do with the ultrasound mic. I will hold the tablet and connect the ultrasound mic, okay, to the tablet, and then point to the surroundings, okay, in order to record the sound. However, when I already detected the some area that I decided that I will have a long-term monitoring here. Then I will set up this audio morph. Audio morph is a auto lock. Okay, so it's an automatic recording ultrasound mic. So you just fix the audio morph, okay, ultrasound mic onto a place, okay, where it's safe and steady. Okay, so and then it will, with the setting, it can help you to record the surroundings, okay, the call, okay, all the surrounding, the soundscapes at your target area, okay, 24 hours, okay, and you can harvest every week or every month, okay. Okay, so another one that I'm using to observe, okay, the bat behavior, also specifically so far, the one I'm still doing here is a black-bearded bat, okay, in the Penang Bat Cave Temple. Okay, so it's the behavior observation with the camera trap technology in order to monitor their daily activities, okay, whether their special behavior or not to them, when certain events come on where there are certain special weird behavior that we have to address to understand and try to solve it out or not. So this is, we have to depend on the camera trap technology, which also can be set, okay, to record for me whenever there's a movement triggered, okay, also 24 hours. Okay, so I don't need to sit there and to observe the bats, okay. So you can see like the bats are glooming, okay, during the noon. Okay, they are not just sleeping, but some they are wake up already, they are glooming. Okay, so that is how the way I set up the camera traps, okay, on the top, and also the ultrasound mic, auto recording ultrasound mic beneath it, okay, to monitor the bat colony at the Penang Bat Cave Temple, okay, for 24 hours, okay, and every day, okay, just to check on their behavior, their ecology, and make sure that they are fine, okay. So this is the drone technology, which I find very useful if I already I wanted to start monitor the bats community in an area, and I would like to understand the area more. Okay, so like this one, when I many years ago, I think back in 2018, okay, when I wanted to start to survey the bats, okay, in abundant tea plantation in Lenggong. Okay, so this is what I did, okay, to have a quick understanding, okay, on my field site. So I released the drone. Okay, this is the outskirt, okay, of a place of nowhere land. All right, it's not in the city, okay, because otherwise it's controversial nowadays because of the privacy and the safety. Yeah, okay, so to quickly survey the surrounding, where is the extent of the farm, and also how the conditions of the ecosystem is like, something like that, in order to plan for my research. All right. I think some scientists also using this drone technology in order to trace where are the bee roosting. Yeah. Okay, so time constraint, I would like to just, okay, so this is the technology that we are using in describing and also estimating where are the bed roots, okay, in the dark cave temple using the high detection, the LiDAR detection and ranging, sorry, there are typo here. Okay, so it's using the laser detection and ranging technology in order for the root survey. So this is the device. It will emit the laser, okay, to all the surrounding, and it will give you a 3D maps like this, okay. And then from here with the 3D maps, and then with the software that provided by them, we can actually measure the height of the cave ceiling to the ground, and all the measurement within the cave interior, okay, with all these images. We no need to bring the tape and climb high into the cave in order to do the measurement. No need. Okay, so this is all provided, yeah, by the company with the device and with the software. We can measure the cave interior, okay, within with that software after the 3D imaging is taken. All right, so and this one, okay, is a environmental meter, okay, which I also set up in the Penang Batcave Temple in order to monitor all the microclimate changes, okay, 24 hours every day, okay, in order to understand the condition, and also then further superimpose what are the changes of the microclimate that will cause certain behavior of the bats that I recorded in the camera traps, for example. So this is an integrated method design, okay, in order to monitor the bats colony. Okay, so again, one thing, the contemporary technologies always dealing with digitalized data, and with digitalized data and with the ability, the digitalized data that we get, okay, from the contemporary technology is always in big quantity, and that is the problem that we need to solve when we started to think of to implement the all this technology into our study. And therefore, nowadays, with the era of digitalization, okay, the internet, there are a lot of availability for you to store the data. So my data nowadays, okay, I have to upload it, okay, to the cloud storage, and also I have to back up as well with the hard disk and with the supercomputer facility that I have. Okay, usually I will back up with hard disk just in case. Okay, so I purchased a lot of hard disks in my office and also at home. Okay, so just to back up because imagine that the call, especially the videos and the sound files, okay, is actually big size. Okay, so every day of recording of the sound or the video, it can be many gigs of data. All right, so we need to solve this problem. And also with by analyzing the big data, sometimes our institution, we do not have supercomputers, then we need to using the internet platform, okay. So some university, especially in the US, okay, they actually offering their service by us uploading our data, okay, like what I did for my phylogenetic analysis back in 2010. I actually uploaded my data, okay, to a university in the US, okay, their system, and then they will analyze the phylogenetic analysis for me by me setting what software I need to do and what are the program languages that I need them to run and what are the settings. So they will run for me. So if I run in my lab in Malaysia, okay, it took like probably 1 week, okay, but from there I uploaded the data to them, okay, and then I think within hours they can send me back with the result, and that is very quickly. Of course, I think we need to make some payment to them, and also we have some agreement that we need to sign due to the data privacy and how the data is handled by both my site and the institution as well. All right. So with the technology, the advantages is fast, okay, and comprehensive. Like you can record everything 24 hours a day, okay, and is non-stop collecting data. Okay, just at the set challenges to have all this technology, sometimes it's quite expensive, and you need to think of how to store the data, the big data, and how to analyze big data. And then all this data sometimes, okay, especially like involved like with DNA, okay, especially when virus DNA or maybe bacterial DNA, sometimes it's quite controversial when you want to transport it from country between the outside the country, and how you handle them. There should be a specific steps and all that. And also sometimes it's controversial in terms of the way we handle it. Like for example, the drones. Okay, if it, probably nowadays people start to aware that you need to have a military permission in order to release your drone. All these things we have to keep in mind. Okay, so sometimes all these things we need to check when we decided to implement the technology. All right. So then how to use all these methods and technologies throughout the years, about 20 years, more than 20 years I'm in research. I always will answer myself back to our study. And also we have to understand the study, the method that comes to us well before we decide whether to use it or not and how to use it. So all the things that we need to consider is about our research goals, our research capacity, the limits of the methods that come to us, the available options, okay, whether the facilities is available for us, and how is the budget, and also the permission and also the agreements. Okay, and how far the time frame we need to conduct the research, and also whether we are skill wise, we are ready or not to handle the technology. Yeah, sometimes one of the technology is quite expensive, and before we decide whether we can handle them skillful or not, to me, I will stop using. I will not consider the technology yet. Okay, so these are some of the experience that I would like to share. Okay, so I think it's over time already. So yeah, that's all for my talk. Okay, so yeah, thanks to you all. Okay, yeah. So
Thank you, Dr. Sim.
okay.
Thank you so much. I think we already have a question from a chat box, but right now we are move on to the second speaker first, and then I will open the discussion session. All right, thank you so much. It's really good inspiration, I guess, because there is a way to monitor the living things, especially bats in here, using a contemporary technology. Okay, and then let's move on, everyone, to the second speaker. We have Dr. Wika Febria Dewatisari, SSE MSE. So I am going to present her CV. Okay, she took bachelor degree in biology from Universitas 11 Maret, and also continued the master degree in bioscience at the same university. And she took the doctor in the field of plant phytochemistry from Universitas Gadjah Mada. Right now, she is working as academic staff in UPBJJ Yogyakarta, and also a part of the lecturer from Biology Study Porgram, Universitas Terbuka. So, Dr. Wika, if you want to see her complete CV, you can scan the barcode provided in here. So, Dr. Wika, are you in there?
Oh, yes, Miss Hikmah.
Okay, thank you so much. So, Dr. Wika will present about discovering medicinal plant in the backyard, exploring the active compounds and their health benefits. So, Dr. Wika, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so let me stop the present first, and then, okay, the room and time are yours now.
Are my voice is clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes,
So do you
okay,
want us to
very
present,
good.
or you are going to present it by yourself?
I want to try to present myself, but
Okay.
wait a minute, because the connection in this office in unstable and heavy rain in here.
Yeah.
Very heavy rain. Wait. Can you see my presentation?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Okay, we already see it. Okay, it just need to be full
Okay.
screen. Okay, thank you
Okay.
so much. So,
Uh,
Dr. Vika, the room and time are yours now.
Okay, thank you, Miss Hikmah. Good morning. I want to first greet to the Dean School of Distance Education, University Sains Malaysia, and the Dean of Faculty of Science and Technology, Universitas Terbuka, the head study program Biology, and all the student and lecturer in University Sains Malaysia and Universitas Terbuka, and all the participants who join with us with the Zoom. Thank you for joining us. Today I want to explore. Maybe I don't want to share my research, but this is knowledge. To share this knowledge about discovering medical plants, the backyard, exploring activity compound, and their health benefit. Decision we will take a fun to dive into the herbal medicine and check out the awesome plants that might be growing right aside your door, because people more and more are getting into natural remedies. We're looking for the natural sources that have a lower side effect. And do you know, in our yard, there are the hidden games, hidden treasure, medical plant that we often overlook. So this session, I would like to divide in the stage. The first one is introduction, the history of herbal medicine. And next, an overview medical plants. We study about medical herbs, so what kind of medical herbs around us. And the third is secondary metabolism of plant. We learn about bioactive compound, and then the ornamental medical plants around us, and the last is conclusion. Sorry. To begin, we will we will explore the historical context of herbal medicine, examining how it has developed over time, and what is its significance in various cultures. So, in prehistoric time, humans have employed natural resources for medical purpose. Our ancestors take the plant, animal, and marine organism to practice, to find out what kind of food that healthy from our body and not healthy from our body. Our ancestors is through the hard experience. Their foraging came with real risks, such as they get some symptom like toxic plant, and they had vomiting, diarrhea, or even coma. But through this experience, early human gained valuable knowledge about which plant were safe and which could aid in healing. So today, we usually cultivate the plants that are good for us, good for our environment, good for our body. So, what is traditional medicine? Traditional medicine is a substance or formulation derived from plant materials, animal product, mineral source, galenic preparation, or combination of these elements that have been utilized for healing purpose based on ancestral knowledge and experience. This practice can be implemented in alignment with the cultural norm and value prevailing in society. And traditional medicine that have been practiced for thousands of years, including we have traditional Chinese medicine or TCM, Ayurveda from India, and Kampo from Japan, traditional Korean medicine from Korea, and Nani from Persia and Arabia. This practice have evolved into systematic form of treatment. So what the advantages of traditional medicine system? The first one is cost effective. Traditional medicine more affordable and accessible because we can find around us. Especially we are live in tropical countries with many of plants can grow so well in our land. And number two is acceptance in the modern world to its effectiveness. In developed country, a primary healthcare is prevalent than modern. Number three is significantly fewer side effect. The traditional medicine has a fewer side effect than the drug in recent years which have a higher effect, and as to treat illness with antibiotic that makes the bacteria more resistant. And a traditional medicine foundation for drug improvement, promoting the conservation of natural resources and strong credibility. Systems such as Ayurveda, TCM have had a practice enduring over 300 years. Okay, and then effective in chronic condition. For example, the arthritis. Herbal products are often more effective in treating arthritis compared to pharmaceutical drugs and easy to access. We can find in our home garden like turmeric, lemongrass, and basil. And then this is a principle of traditional or herbal medicine. The first one is revitalizing body function, and the body can function optimally, and the body adapt to environmental improvement. Okay, next we will overview the medical plans. We will take a quick look some medical plan highlighting specific herbs known for their healing powers. We can use a part of organ plants such as leaf, root, flower, stem, and rhizome, and we can use all the part of the plants for traditional medicine or for cure the illness. The following are the example of medical plants and the organ parts that are usually used. From rhizome and traditional spices, we have red ginger, turmeric, temulawak, kencur, and vegetable roots, we have garlic, onion. From bark, we have cinnamon. From stem, we have lemongrass. From leaf, we have drumstick tree, Moringa olivera, katuk, Centella asiatica, celery, Apium graveolens. From fruit, we have guava, lemon, lime. From herbs, we have maniran. From seed, we have black cumin. Medical plants of the first priority for pharmaceutical, such as that grow in our yard, are the first priority. The first one is guava, jambu, Pseudium guava java. Its leaves can have action as immunomodulator treatment. We use a traditional two preparation for dengue. We have mengkudu, Morinda citrifolia. We usually use the fruit as anti-hypertension and it leaves as anti-diabetic. We have salam, Syzygium polyanthum, the leaves as anti-diabetic. the salam is usually ingredient for a cook. Here we have Cingiber officinale, the rhizome as carminative stomatic stimulant. We have Kunyit Curcuma domestica. The rhizome has antibacterial, antiepidemic immunostimulant. We have Temulawak Curcuma santoriza, the rhizome as hepatoprotector, anti-inflammation, choleritic. And we have Sambiloto, Androphagus paniculata. Leaf has action as antibacterial, antipyretic, anti-ulcer, anti-diabetic. Centella asiatica, aerial part as vasodilator, immunostimulant. There are, we have Shangkeh, Eugenia caropilus. We use the flower for flavoring, fragrance, and spice. Allium sativum. The bulb as antibacterial, antibiotic. And for the treatment for arthritis too, snake and insect bites, parasite, chronic cough, we have cinnamon. The inner bark of the branches as antifungal, anti-diabetic, anti-inflammatory. Allium seva, the bulb as antioxidant, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, anti-obesity, and anti-diabetic. We have in the world, we have over 600,000 plants in the world. Higher plants are about around 400,000, but only 10% has studied by isolation, purification, determination of chemical structure, and bioassay in vitro or in vivo. Many homework for us to explore more and more plants that have a source to drug development, because from nature, drug from nature is more accessible, as has a fewer side effects. And there are a numerous of example medical plants and their benefit for health. The first one for immune system support, for hypertension, for diabetes, for cough, for flu symptom, for sore throat. We can use this the material, because in the development country or in the Indonesia or Malaysia, we usually use for some treatment. We don't have to go to doctor for cough. For example, we can use the ginger, not to see the doctor. So next, we will discuss the secondary metabolism of plants, highlighting the bioactive compounds that contribute to their medical effect. What is a plant secondary metabolite? The first, a plant itself produce primary metabolite and secondary metabolite. Primary metabolite directly involved to growth, reproduction, and respiration, but secondary metabolites not directly involved to growth, reproduction, and respiration. Primary metabolites is such as carbohydrate, a fat, a protein. What is secondary metabolite? Do you know, like tannin, saponin, alkaloid? That's a secondary metabolite. Secondary metabolite has a function for ecological. They can work as anti-UV, anti-insect, chemical deterrent, hormone, and pigment for plant itself, but for human and or our body has action as anti-inflammatory, antibiotic, antioxidant, anti-cancer, painkiller, detoxification. Secondary metabolites are produced through various pathways. This is the pathway that produce some diverse compound like alkaloid, flavonoid, terpenoid. There are a skimet, mevalonate, skimet pathway, sulfur assimilation, and polyketic pathway. Okay, next. There are four major classes of plant metabolites based on biosynthetic pathway. The first one is phenolic groups, terpene groups, phenolic groups, nitrogen-containing compound, sulfur-containing compound. Many of these secondary metabolites are indigenous plant used as food, spices, and herbs. Over past 2 decades, secondary metabolites from natural product has been the most important source of application in medicine, nutraceutical, agrochemical, food coloring, raw material for industry, natural dye, flavor, insecticides. The following is a phytochemical action from secondary metabolites and their bioactivity action from quinone, flavonoid, polyphenol, tannins, coumarin, terpenoid, essential oil, alkaloid, lectin, polypeptide, glycoside, and saponin. They have action as antimicrobial, antidiarrheal, anti-helminthic, antiviral, and anti-cancer. This is the mechanism to our body, our cell of our body. And the following is image is focused on the research and development aspect related to medical plants. Source of chemical diversity. Recognize plant as rich source of diverse chemical compounds which are crucial for drug discovery. Pharmacophore-based virtual screening refers to the use of computational methods to identify potential active compound in plants. Conservation and propagation highlights the importance of conserving medical for biological activities. And we have biomarks and pharmacogenic for quality. This is a focus on identifying markers that ensure the quality efficacy of herbal product. Multi-target herbal therapy focus to indicate potential of using multiple plant compound to target various pathway in disease. And combinatorial phytotherapy is refers to use combination different plant extract to enhance therapeutic effect. And we goes to ornamental medical plant. Ornamental medical plant is for the beauty. The flower is the beauty flowers is very various color. The that commonly found in our surrounding and their potential health benefit. We study plant around us and their benefit. What kind of medical plants, ornamental medical plants? The first one is Asparagus rhizomus. The common name is Asparagus liar. We usually use the roots. The root used as lactation and liquor hair because it has a compound like stearidol, saponin, isoflavone, asparagine, resmosol, polysaccharide, mucilage, vitamin A, B1, B2, folic acid, and we have daun kemuning, Murraya paniculata. We usually use the leaf as anti-diabetic, obesity, anti-inflammatory, wound healing, and anti-diarrhea because it contains a compound like flavonoid, saponin, tannin, steroid, triterpenoid, essential oil, and coumarin. We have Pule or Alstonia scolaris. Usually use the bark for the strength to pregnant woman because the bark has compound like scolarin, scolaricin, picrinin, picralinal, that the group of alkaloid. And lidah buaya, aloe vera, for the growth of our hair. It leaves has action as rheumatism, backbone pain, obesity, stomach, anti-cancer, because it has a compound like alloamidine, allosaine, amidine, acemanan. And then we have Bacella alba or Bayan Ceylan. It leaf can cure constipation, cold, ulcer, boil, and the roots are effective as medicine for diarrhea because the leaf has a fatty acid group like pentadecanoic acid, hexadecanoic acid, oleic acid, and octadecanoic acid. We have pohon bunga kupu-kupu or Bahunia purpurea. It has a compound like bioflavonoid, fatty ester, lutein, cystosterol, and we have Brassica oleacra or cabbage. Cabbage, it leaves has action as anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, anti-hypersensitive, anti-cholesterolemic, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, anti-obesity, anticoagulant, and hepatoprotective. Because Brassica oleacra has compound like flavonoids, sulforaphane, and isothiocyanate. And then we have Bryophyllum pinnatum or cocor bebek. We use leaf as source, a kidney stone, because it has alkaloid, flavonoid, steroid, lipid, lipid component, vitamin C, citric acid, apple acid, glucoside, tannin, and have a compound named bryopyrin A as an anti-tumor compound. And we have Dracaena trifasciata or lidah mertua or mother-in-law tongue. The leaf and roots has action to treat cough, snake bite, cold, wound healing because it has some chemical compound like alkaloid, tannin, terpenoid, saponin, flavonoid, steroid, phenol, and hexadecanoic acid and palmitic acid. The Dracaena trifasciata is my focus of interest research until today. We are to explore this plan for antibiofilm and for the air pollution neutralizer. And we have Cassia fistula or kayu raja. The fruit can treat constipation because it has a compound like anthraquinone, flavonoid, phenol, triterpenoid. Okay, we go to conclusion. We explored the incredible medical plants found in our backyard and the active compound that contribute to their health benefits. This plant not only offer natural remedies, but also remind us of a rich biodiversity around us. By discovering and utilizing the valuable resources, we can enhance our well-being and promote a deeper appreciation for nature. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of herbal medicine. Thank you for your attention. We'll go give back the session to moderator, Miss Hikmah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Wika. So it was great, I think, to hear from the both speaker have shared, and I hope all participants can learn a lot from them in this webinar. So I think it's a time for the discussion session. Okay, I want to call to the first speaker and also the second one, Dr. Lim and also Dr. Wika to be here again and hear the questions from the audience. So, but before it, I will open the discussion session with a two different way. The first one, you can ask directly by use the raise a hand icon that available from a Zoom, and then I will call your name. You can open the speaker and mention your name and also your institution and which speaker would you like to ask question to. And later on, I also will, you can write the question in the chat box. I think I already collect like 7 questions. Okay, I think it can be more. So feel free also to write in the chat box. Once we finish with the participants who ask directly, I will start read the questions in the chat box. Okay, so I think if you want to have a question directly, you can raise a hand. We have someone. I think everyone is still shy. Okay, I'm going to read the question from a chat box first. Okay, so I have a lot of questions, but the first one, I think it's from Dr. Lim. It's from Ali Ute Bogor. He asked about how to observe the behavior of bats that are active at night, and how did you use the tags for tracing the bats colony. I think I will give for you to answer it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Hikmah, and thank you, Ali, for the question. Okay, usually, yes, bats are active at night. So usually, when I when I survey the bats, at night, usually will be at their foraging ground where they fly out for food. Okay, not at their roost. So yeah, like you said, in the darkness, it's quite difficult for us to detect them. Somehow, if let's say the area is with some dim street lights and all that, maybe sometimes it's during the night of full moon. Yeah, that is quite bright enough if in the forest. Then you can start to trace the flying. The way of the flying of bats is different from the birds. They are also night birds, like nightjars, owls. They are also flying at night. But however, for bats, because bats they have wing membrane. It's not feathery wing. Okay, so the way of their flying is very different from the birds. So it's quite hard for me to explain to you the way they fly. But when it takes time. So when you observe, the more you observe by experience, you know that okay, there are bats flying. Yeah, that's one thing. And second thing is what I will use is I always will bring along my ultrasound mic. Okay, the one that I show you just now with the tablet with me. So when I walk along, I will connect the ultrasound mic with my tablet. I will record the sound, whatever sound that comes to me, and also I can see the real time the sound wave that come to me. So when I detected that there are bats call patterns, then I know that there are also bats flying, because some of the bats, especially in the forest, which is a very how to say vegetative, very heavy vegetative. Some of the bats, they fly very silent, not quiet but silent, no sound at all, and some of them climbing underneath the leaf or hanging at the tree branch, and they are only depend only of their sound that they emit echolocation in order to scan whether they are the insects that they want beside them. Otherwise, it is quite hard to see them fly, because some of the bats, the way they find the food is not they flying for the food, but they hang at the tree branch to wait for their food to come to them. So with this, you need the ultrasound mic, because they will emit the ultrasound to see where their food is. Yeah, something like that. And text. In some of the survey before, when I started my first bat project, I do tagging with the little, I don't know whether if you're familiar with animal tagging, but for bat tagging, there are special stainless steel small tag that will wear at the wing. Actually not the wing, specifically is the forearm of the bat. Okay, and this ring usually we will already, when we order them, we will tell the company to put the barcode, not the barcode, the code number, the ID code for that belongs to our project. So every project there will be special ID code and to wear them. However, when time pass, the tag is actually, you have to design in such a way that there is a calculation. The tag weight shouldn't be more than, I think, 5% of the body weight of the bat species that you are going to wear or something. There are some rules and regulation you need to follow so that you won't harm the bats. Okay, but eventually we found that even though with the rules and calculation, sometimes I observe that after I wearing the tag, okay, the animal will feel stressful. They will feel stressed because there are something extra that comes to their body. So then eventually, since my study do not need tagging that much, so I didn't tag anymore. But there are more types of the tags available nowadays, including the chain tag that I saw later on, that they wear at for big size bats. They have this little chain that wearing at the neck of the bats, and they so far my colleagues, they found that this probably a more convenient way for the bats. Yeah. So yeah, this is some of my sharing about tagging the bats. Yeah. So back to Hikmah.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I hope for Ali, the questions already answered. Right now, I think I move on. It's going to be like one of you for each. And then right now from Sofian Kasihmudin, I think he asked directly to Dr. Wika. So does mangrove plants have medicinal properties?
Okay, can you explain it? Can you repeat the question?
Okay, the question is, does mangrove plants have medicinal properties?
Oh, of course. You can search the mangrove. Dengan mangrove in Google. They have some action of medicine properties, and maybe I don't explain all the function treatment of mangrove in this session, because it's many action that you can looking for in the Google Scholar, but we usually use the herbal medicine, but mangrove is need to explore to drug development. I think that's all, Ms. Hikmah.
Okay, thank you. I think that's the answer. I think you can get a help from Google to find out about the medicinal property, and also there's a lot of things we still explore from mangrove plants. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Wika. And I think this also question right now to Dr. Lim. Okay, it's from Aisyah Emerza from USM. Do these bat species found in the Malaysia migrate to the different location or same location that they like? And do they return to the same location each time they fly? Is there any possibility that the bats in Malaysia return to their original roosting site where they were first born? Okay, and what happens if their impact to the climate change? Does it change their pattern, movement, activities, and also the behavior? I think there's a lot of questions, Doctor. Okay, I will split if you want to answer one by one. I think I can count like 3 questions from her.
Yeah, I think the first one is they migrate. Yeah.
Yes, that's they migrate and go back to the original place where they are born.
Okay, I used to, by sharing from other pet biologists of my colleagues and also the local people, especially the local people from the east coast of Peninsular Malaysia. If you are familiar with Peninsular Malaysia, Kelantan people, Terengganu people, Pahang, and then also Johor side people. They do tell me that back to 60s, 70s, before, yeah, even earlier. The flying foxes, the big, very big size of bats that when you have the wingspan to up to 1 meter, the very big size that in our place here we are calling them as a flying fox. Keluang, is it keluang in Indonesia? Yeah, I think in Indonesia. Okay, it used to, the people tell me that there are two species of, actually in Malaysia, in record, there are two species of flying foxes, and one is of migrating nature. So every year there are some seasons that they will fly to Peninsular Malaysia, and then they will stay, and then after some months they will fly away. But wherever they fly away, we do not know, because back into that generations, I think is probably a limitation for them to trace where the bats fly. So yes, in Malaysia, they do have bats migrating in such the flying foxes. And I think just sad to know that so far, two species of the flying foxes that we have, one species is no longer flying back to Peninsular Malaysia. Yeah, so we consider them like extinct from Peninsular Malaysia. Yeah, so that is my first question. My answer to the first question. And the second one, is it? What is that?
Is there any possibility that the bats in Malaysia return to the original roosting site where they were first born?
Okay, I think this is a topic that quite interesting, and I also hope to know. And unfortunately, it needs a long-term study and observation to achieve that. However, based on my experience and also the literature records, okay, some of the bats do show high fidelity to their roost. So that means they will attach to the same roost generations after generation. So, for example, the bat species that one of the site that I have been studying is the Batu Cave of Peninsular Malaysia, based in Kuala Lumpur. Is a huge dark cave there. The cave nectar bat, okay, or Eonycteris pileae, the scientific name, okay, have been reported to roost in that cave back in 1960s. The article, scientific journal article, have been reported that this species exists here. And until back in 2019, when I last studied the site, okay, the species remains there. Yeah, so you can see, like, it's more than how many decades, and the generation they still stick back to the same roots. And the other one is the Penang Bat Cave temple that I reported just now. That is a temple that with the single species colony, that Taphozoas melalopogon, the black-bearded tombat. Okay, so this bat, according to the local community and the newspaper record, okay, do not have scientific record, but based on the newspaper record, that this colony actually roosted at the same cave for more than 100 years. So this is something that is quite surprising. So because along the years, according to the local community, they did some ways to chase away the bats. So there are some over the years, there are some occasions that the people don't like it and they try to get rid of them. However, after some times, they fly back and they roost back to the same, and it's the same species. So can see, like, over the world, there are some other bat species that have been reported that bats shows that they have high fidelity, they have high attachment to their roost, yeah, to their original roost, yeah. Yes, and the third one, the climate change, is it?
Yes, that's right.
Change,
the pattern movement activities and behavior.
I haven't done enough homework on this one. Yeah, so how to say? So far from the microclimate study that I've been tracing on the two common bat species, one is the Taphozoas melalopogon, the black-bearded tombat. Another one is a dog-faced fruit bats, or Cynopterus brachytes, at the at the human buildings, the microclimate study shows that they will prefer some conditions. So of the abundant roots, they will prefer the conditions such as a shady place, a cooler place. However, they are quite tolerate. These two species, they are quite tolerate to the to slight weather change. I can't say climate change because in the roots is more on is the weather change. The weather change, whether it's hari mendung, I don't know Indonesia how to say the cloudy days or the sunny days. However, from my experience, climate changing do affect the tree fruiting. Yeah, the fruiting of the trees, and then the behavior of some insects. Okay, so the insects, given that the insects and the fruits is also the source of food for the plants, so I'm sure there will be some impact because their surrounding and their food source has been changing. Just that how far it is, how is the extent of the impact them, and also how tolerant they are. This one, so far I haven't do the homework yet, and I myself haven't really conduct a proper systematic study to answer the question yet. But it is good that you have this question out that I will pay more attention. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's an opportunity to research more. So if you interest in the bat about research about bats, it's some kind like an opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lim. And then we move on the question to Dr. Wika. So it's a question from Widianti Ningtyas from UT Bogor. She asked about to get the best effect on from the herbs. What kind of the preparations do we need to do?
It's a good question from Widianti UT Bogor. To get the best effect, we must through the some step, and it's not a short, like maybe we take the organ and extraction, fractionation, and we get to do the bioassay. The bioassay the detect what kind of compound that good. This is for action for what purpose? For antibacterial, for anti-cancer, or for specific purpose. It's different. It's different step. But the first one, we choose what kind of organ usually used as traditional. For example, the kratom. I see the question about kratom. We use the leaf. The leaf we extract with what? With water or with alcohol. So how the people use in boiled or what, and we can extract the what kind the hard extract to the purification and determine what kind of compound that have responsible, and that compound have a toxic to our body. So it's a long step to identify this plant is good for us or can cure the ailment, and it's different for what the purpose of the action from the plant. It's maybe that's it, Miss Hikmah. The underline that I point is all the plant we have found have a chemical compound, but we has to explore is good or bad for us, and we usually explore we usually research to the plant that our culture usually use, for example, the kratom, jahe, ginger. It has potential to explore to the next level. I think that's all, Mr. Hikmah.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Wika. Okay, thank you also, Widianti, for the question. I think I go back to Dr. Lim. It's actually two question from Dr. Lim and for Dr. Lim and also Dr. Wika. It's from Adek Novrienti from UT Padang. To Dr. Lim first. How do the way to overcome traditional catching can also have the effect to bite the human? So how can we minimize it? And also to Dr. Wika, how to determine how many plants for the treatment use if there are too many side effects. I think the best way for the effect itself for the plants. Okay, I think Dr. Lim first.
Okay. Sigma, I think there's one question before. Is from Namira, is it?
No, it's from Adek Novrienti. It's more talking about the overcome from the traditional catching can actually have an effect of the bite the humans, right? So is there any way to we prevent it? Is there a question before from him? From her?
Okay. So that means the catching of bats.
Yeah, that's true. Catching the bat.
Effect on the bats or effect on the human?
Effect the humans.
On
the
the
bite from to the human.
The bite from the human, whether
Yeah, from the bat to the human.
Okay. So I think for people who works with bats, on and off will get bitten. Okay. So for example, so far I haven't people around me. We haven't heard of any very severe disease or anything happen after the bites. However, I think for the biologies that we are handling on bats, so far sometimes we will get the injection, okay, from the zoonosis diseases such as rabies. And also, if let's say we get bitten, usually immediately we will wash our wound and get our wound treated with the medicine that we bring to the field. Yeah. So there are some probably guys, okay, they are stronger, and then they will just wow, it's fine. And later on they are okay. Yeah. So yeah, so not too worried about that. However, if the bite is very severe, I will say, like, I will advise that you have to go to the nearest clinic or hospital to get treatment immediately. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Lim. I think Dr. Wika, the question from Adek Novrienti was already answered by the previous one. So, Dr. Wika, I will ask another question. It's from Ali also from UT Bogor. He asked more about the marketable worldwide for the herbal product. Is there any legal issues and also product standard to do that?
Okay, thank you. Oh, the first question, if there are too many side effects, okay, natural product from traditional medicine is not too many side effects. There's a low side effects. A high side effect and high risk is a single compound or drug, synthetic drug. Synthetic drug is many side effect, but natural product is low side effect. So, and second one, what's the question? Sorry, how to?
It's about the to make herbal products marketable
Okay.
worldwide.
May I share the screen about this? I have a show discovery drug process to plan to produce a drug. There's some illegal issue such as kratom The kratom, I want to research, explore the kratom, but the same region, kratom is illegal, and only many people want to cultivate them, but kratom is limited. I don't know in Malaysia, but Indonesia is a gray zonation. It's legal or illegal. So because kratom has many good effect for our health, but it's different strategy or different what kind of making kratom legal is different in every country, Indonesia or Malaysia. I don't know in Malaysia is kratom is narcotic or not. I don't know in Malaysia, but in Indonesia it's a gray zone. Why? How we develop to the drug? It takes long years. The first, we have to target validation, target selection, and 1 until 3 years. And early discovery, this plant is good or not. What kind of compound that have advantages? A single compound is very for drug synthetic in chemistry in it's looking for single compound, but in biology we have synergistic other compound in one extract. So the nature compound or natural product, they have a synergistic among the compound, and there are the not synergistic or make the body is not good. So we have seek the compound that have synergistic system, not work antagonistic. So in drug development is need the long research. Maybe it takes 10-15 years to make sure how this drug is safe for us, safe for body, or don't have a side effect. Maybe I illustrate that. Thank you, Ms.
Okay, thank you so much. So we still need to knows about either it is narcotics, have a compound that is narcotics or not, but every country actually different have a different policy and what kind of the chemical substance that's considered to be narcotics. Thank you so much, Dr. Wika. And then I also have a question right now. It's for Dr. Lim regarding with the bats as a factor that spreads COVID-19 virus. So I think it's really interesting question. So is it only caused by one particular species, or all the species of bats can actually becomes factors to the virus spreading? And also, what kind of other disease that can be brought from bats? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question. Yeah, we still remember about the COVID-19. Yeah, I think yes, when the COVID-19 outbreak started, afterwards, we have research coming out that actually the virus was found. The virus that caused the COVID-19 outbreak is quite similar to the virus that found in one of the species of bats that found in China, and that species of bat is a Rhinolophus affinis, if not wrong, with I think 95% or how many percent of similarity in the phylogenetic or molecular systematic analysis. Okay, so I would say that, to be honest, this Rhinolophus affinis, I have been studied and I reported just now, and is actually also found in Indonesia and in Malaysia and in India and all the Southeast Asia. Okay, it is feeding with insects and is live in the cave. However, I do not agree that saying that all of the same species will bearing the same virus, because different bats, when they roost in different area or different roosts, they do bear different different microorganism with them. Okay, so it is not necessary that this species was identified to be the one who carried this virus, and so all other areas that of this species, no matter where they live, okay, they will bear the same virus, and not necessarily. Okay, so it's just like our dengue virus. Okay, so some of the mosquito is carrying it, but some is not. Okay, and so far in our Southeast Asia, the two most common zoonotic diseases that we always hear and reported that link to the bats is another one is the Nipah virus. Okay, and Nipah virus, I think it originated in Peninsular Malaysia, in the center part of Peninsular Malaysia. However, I think it was spread into the India, and I think it became the annual, how to say it. It has a regular outbreaks in southern part of India. I'm not sure, but I think so. If I recall the facts correctly. And however, in Peninsular Malaysia, no more. After the one outbreaks, and then no more. Okay, so things like that. Sometimes the changes is quite unexpected as well. All right. So whether the bats, what other zoonotic diseases and all that be spread by the bats. I think animals is quite close in biologically and anatomy to human, and that's why there are some other diseases or virus or bacteria that the animal have may spread to us. There are always possibility, and so for us who are working with wildlife, or maybe that you need to deal with the wildlife if you are live at the outskirts or at the remote areas, I would always advise, my advice is, it is quite hard for us to predict which animal will bring us the disease. And although some for sure we know already, and also we can't predict that when will be the next new virus like COVID-19 that comes to us. We do not know. However, whenever we handle wildlife or we handle animals, it is good that we have hygienic habits. We wash our hand, and when there are injury, when there are bites, we quickly wash them. So these are steps. Safety steps, like when we capture bats, we need to wear gloves, something like that. So these are the precaution, hygienic, and safety steps I would encourage us to always practice, so that it can prevent, even though the next unknown microorganism come to us, we at least the first barrier we can filter away while we are handling the animals. Yeah. So this is my opinion. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So it's better for us to prevent it from biting of the bats, right? Either to find out about which species, because particularly it's really hard also to find to know which species that becomes a factors to the spread of the virus. Thank you, Dr. Lim. And I think we have two more questions, but it pointed to Dr. Lim also. Dr. Rika, I'm really sorry. And then the question is from Dian Fajarwati Ais, is about GIS technology that is very useful on locating the foraging ground. So what the type of the software do you use on GIS, and also it is open sources or not?
Okay. Right now, actually, I am also planning for a research. Okay, in by carrying the using the GPS, okay, to track where do my bats are flying every evening, okay, to feed, okay, because I already know that they won't feed around their roost. I don't know why, okay. They just every evening I just observe that they want to fly very far and very fast, okay, in order to reach somewhere, and then after that, after 2 hours, I saw them come back, okay. So they are devised, okay, to stick to the bats to fly, so that the bats can carry the device and fly, and the GPS will keep the device will keep recording the route of the bats. Yeah, and then after that we need to process. I think there are several geospatial software that I have been using. However, in order to analyze the GPS tracking routes, I haven't started to explore yet. Okay, but for before, I do use a GPS mapping, okay, to map the distribution of my bat species. Okay, so the two software that I always use is the ArcGIS. But ArcGIS, you need to get subscription from because it's very expensive, the license fee. So I think usually it's the institution, your university will need to subscribe it. Okay, and then the second one is the open access one, is called QGIS, if not wrong. So QGIS is the open access one. However, the way you need to use the software probably a little bit different from the ArcGIS. So you need more time to learn, because I think it involves the programming language or something like that. However, they do have a community of user community where you can share your problem and you can work, discuss on your problem and on your challenges. So these are the two GIS I do. And other things that are like surveying whether the habitat area, the predicting the habitat area and all that. Actually, the Google Earth, with the satellite map. I don't know about Indonesia, but for Peninsular Malaysia, I found that Google Earth do updated their satellite images quite often nowadays. So like sometimes recently when I survey some of my field sites, it can update as 2024 and 2025. There's an indicator when you look for the location, it will say like, this area is being updated for 2024 or 2023. I think there are some indication. So these are the GPS related software that I have been using, yeah, in my study. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Wika. I think it can answer the question from Dian Fajarwati. And right now, I think it's the last one. Dr. Lim, it's pointed to you. It's from Namira, from UTE. I think it's about the prevering thing. Do you think it is better for the future technology inventions to reverse the pre-existing traditional tools for the ecosystems of the bats itself? Which one is the better for the future technology inventions or the pre-existing traditional technologies?
Okay, so Narima's question is whether there's already traditional methods exist, and when we're trying to innovate the technology, we try to still stick to the probably the basic design of the traditional device or traditional technology, right? Yes, I always encourage to. And when I work with the local people, usually when they have problem for me to solve with, I always will try to, the first thing I would do is I would try to understand their tradition and their culture in handling the issue formally. So sometimes, like for example, when a few years ago, when I was invited to Borneo, Sarawak, to a few sites to checking on the way of the sustainable living practice that they have been doing. So I found that some of the culture of some of the ethnics, they already inherited with a very good environmental friendly culture and tradition that it shouldn't be wiped off. It shouldn't be wiped off and it should be protected. Yeah, so in that case, I will really encourage them to further innovate from their ancient technology or ancient science that have been passed by from their ancestor. Yeah, do so, because that is the wisdom from many hundreds years of your ancestor to live in that particular area to come up with that wisdom that probably the global latest international technology cannot replace with. Yeah, so because it's very unique to that particular habitat and particular ecosystem, so it should be encouraged. Yeah, to me, I mean, in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor. And I think it's really reaching the end of the discussion session. So right now we are nearing to
Hello,
the end of the
excuse
webinar
me.
session. Okay, yeah.
Can I have a question?
Oh, yes. Okay, is it okay to both speaker? Is it pointed to Dr. Lim or Dr. Wika?
Dr. Wika.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm interested in your presentation regarding the natural products. So I'm now currently also exploring the phenolic compound activities and also the essential oils. But my question is about the essential oils. How about the potential essential oils in Indonesia that currently mostly explored, and is there any effectiveness regarding to the antimicrobial activities for the essential oil in Indonesia? Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad Iqbal. It's a very good question. Yes, all right. Essential oil is potential to all action, especially antimicrobial. But I want to ask, what's the focus of your plants? Essential oil can extract from some kind of plants. What are you interest? What's plant? Essential oil that you interest from palm, or because essential oil, the content of essential oil presentation is different in every families, in every genus and every species, and it's different from leaf, from bark, from roots. So in Indonesia, it's many exploration, many research about essential oil, and it goes to molecular. For antibacterial is molecular, and the question is, what's your interest plant to explore its essential oil, and you can goes to the high research to the next level. So choose the one plants or what kind of organ do you interest. You can search in the internet what the higher essential oil in what plant. I think that's my answer, Ms. Hikmah. Mr. Muhammad.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So in Indonesia, some researchers are also focusing on essential oils.
Yes, not only essential oil, but one of them is essential oil. But the question, what kind of essential oil? Essential oil is a group. What kind of group of essential oil? There is the stage, the level of essential oil. Maybe you can ask the question personally, and I will explain to you what kind of essential oil. For what? For antibacterial, for anti-cancer, or what kind of purpose? It's so common. It's so universal. So the question, Mr. Muhammad, what do you interest in Indonesia? The all the subject, all the study to explore the essential oil for anti-cancer, yes. For antibacterial, yes. For anti-hyperglycemia, yes. And all the action we develop the research in Indonesia. all of
Okay,
them.
okay. How about lemongrass?
Lemongrass, sereh. Yes, sereh is most important, most potential. And you have to search the lemongrass for hypertension, anti-hypertension, antibacterial, yes, anti-cancer. But what the dominant of sereh? Dominant action is antibacterial or anti-hypertension, but we can explore more and more. What can is the work? What is the mechanism for our cell of our body? Is for good for your body in what level? It can destroy cell cancer. Maybe we can search in the new research. It's many kind of research of essential oil, and sereh is many researchers explore the sereh. So we can find a new paper or new research about sereh. I can explain because day by day the level of research is more and more important, and more the next level to the genetic, maybe the molecular is always grow. So maybe you can search together with me if you interest with lemongrass.
Yes.
If you want to explore or deep research to lemongrass, we can find the new paper, a new research. What the level? Maybe it's antibacterial. Is to downgrade the level of what is the gene of bacteria, what kind of bacteria, or what kind of type of cell, cancer cell. We will explore that, Mr. Muhammad Iqbal.
Okay, maybe I can reach you by email someday.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. You anytime.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I think it's actually an opportunity for you all also if you want to interest with the field from Dr. Wika and Dr. Lim. I think there is an email can share in the chat box, Dr. Lim and also Dr. Wika, so the participants can also reach you through email. Okay, is there any more question from participants? Okay. Oh, I think if it's not, there is a time for the appreciation for the today's speaker. So we will present the certificate from both speakers as as an appreciation for them. For all participants, if you can find the icon of the applauding, you can use that. So this is the first one, the certificate from Lee Sim Lim, MSc PhD. Thank you so much, Dr. Lim, for coming here and sharing with us.
Thank you for the cert and for your invitation again.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And the second one is the certificate to the Dr. Wika Febria Dewati Sari SSI MSE. Okay, Dr. Wika, thank you so much for sharing your experience.
You're welcome. Thank you, Miss Hikmah.
Okay.
And teams.
Okay. And also there's a certificate also to the moderator, which is me. Thank you. Okay. And right now we really reached the end of our webinar. Thank you for all participants, for joining us today. And I also want to have a special thank you to both speakers, Dr. Wika and also Dr. Lim. And for the committee for this webinar, Siti Nurfaiza PhD from Universitas Sains Malaysia, and also for all lecturers who support this webinar from both of Universitas Indonesia and also Universitas Sains Malaysia. I really want to say thank you so much. And I'd like to remind everyone to fill out the feedback form, which we have shared in the chat box. Alternatively, you can also scan the barcode. Okay, Mr. Faisal, can you please show the barcode for all the participants? Okay, and yes, this is the barcode for you can scan the barcode in here to access the link. And the link will be remain open only for 1 hour after the webinar ends. And additionally, I want to ask to the participants from Universitas Sains Malaysia, there are 2 links that you need to fill. The first one, the attendance link or the feedback form. Okay, because we will be collected it as your certificate. And then the second one, the other link, the forms, which is only special to the USM staff and students. Okay, I want to remind again for the USM staff and also students, there are 2 links you need to fill. The first one, the link, the feedback form, and also link special to the Google link, I guess. Yeah. Okay, and the other participants, if you are not from USM, that means is only link provided in this barcode in here, or the first link that my friends already shared to you in the chat box. Okay, please just copy the link first because it will be closed after the webinar end, and the link will be open only 1 hour and after the webinar end. So the certificate data will be collected through the feedback form, and also will be sent to you via the registered email at a later time. Okay, I think let me conclude a little bit from Dr. Lim and also Dr. Wika. So it is possible actually from monitoring the living things, especially the bats, using the contemporary technology such as harp trap, mist nets, and also hand nets, or even using our sense such as the eyesight and then nose and also smell. So observe all of the living things, protect them because animal also deserve a safe and also happy life. And from the Dr. Wika, we have concluded that we've explored the incredible medicinal plants found in our backyard and have an active compounds that contribute to their health benefits. These plants not only offer natural remedies, but also remind us of the rich biodiversity around us. By discovering and also utilizing these valuable resources, we can enhance our well-being and promote a deeper appreciation for the nature. Once again, thank you all. Thank you for the participants and have a nice day. Stay healthy and see you in the next webinar series. Bye, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Rika, Dr. Lim.
Thank you, Miss Hikmah, Dr. Lim.
Sama-sama.